Hello, today, kind of excited, has nothing to do with this video, or the fact that it's Friday, 31st, it's my birthday, 44 today. Side note, if you're a originalist on the Constitution, militia meant every able-bodied male from 17 to 44. So, the fact that 17-year-olds can't buy firearms, probably unconstitutional according to the founders. So, I digress. I did a personal challenge and I went 30 days, no caffeine. So, I have a cup of coffee. First one in 30 days. I'm excited. Yeah. So, today I want to talk about this flag behind me here. Blue Lives Matter, right? Now, I'm going to talk about this in the context of the red flag laws. Now, Maryland, November 5th, 2018, 11 p.m. Old news, but relevant. Maryland's red flag, quote unquote, law turns deadly. Officers kill man who refused to turn in guns. I read the story, and they won't say who turned the person in, red flag, But two police officers go to this man's house. He refused to give up his guns. Grabs it. One cop grabs him. They're wrestling. Gun goes off. The other cop executes this man. Now, if this innocent man who was murdered while police officers trying to steal his private property, and that's what it boils down to. Red flag laws are unconstitutional in every way, shape, and form. I mean, look at the Revolutionary War. The nail in that coffin was the British soldiers going door to door confiscating guns. So now we're at that point again, full circle, right? So this man was 61 years old. And one cop obviously had his hand on the hand that he had the firearm in. Otherwise, he would have shot them. Now, if two officers can't handle a 61-year-old man, then there's issues. So let's talk about this. We're going to talk about, first, I'm going to get into red flag laws. Trust me. Now, we talk about the Constitution. We always talk about life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. So I'm going to use this flag back here. We're going to put life up there. Now these are rights, right? These are things that God promises us that we have an inalienable right to. These aren't given to us by man. They're a gift from God. So, life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. This, a throwaway line. If you're an originalist, originally, it was supposed to read life, liberty, and property. Now, you know why it was changed from property to pursuit of happiness? Because the founders were afraid that slave owners, because they were thinking about abolishing slavery then, would use that to justify slavery because they were property as far as slave owners were concerned. Now, these like I said, are given to us, rights given to us by God. Oh. Right? Now, we the people established laws, the Constitution, to ensure that these rights are not infringed upon. That we don't have to deal with another tyrant, right? So, I'm going to go with, I didn't know throwing tape on these would be so time consuming, but let's go here. We the people. Now, we the people established the Constitution. Not the government, because, well, was it there yet? No. The people did it. We established the Constitution to protect our rights, life, liberty, and property, our freedoms. Now, constantly, these freedoms are being infringed upon. And, we know that between freedom of speech, I mean, what is this? Free speech zones. The entire country is a free speech zone. Gun-free zones? No. Whatever. So, Constitution was established to protect our freedom, our rights, which are given to us by God, not man. Now, look at this flag. Faded American flag. With this nice blue line. What, blue lives matter, right? Cop lives, like the rest of us don't. Having to equal protection under the law, right? These cops would be hanging by their neck in town square if they did this in the time of our founders. Because what they did was completely unconstitutional and illegal. But they did it anyway, and they're going to get away with it. Now, let's talk about red flag laws, right? Now, red flags are always used, have been used for symbols for communism, socialism, wherever. Communist parties use it all around the world. Karl Marx, all these people, that the Democrats generally admire. Well, today's Democrats, right? So, I am putting, here we are. Sorry. Yeah, I forgot. We the people, right? Americans, citizens. So, these red flag laws. Now red flags always represented, let's see here, communism, socialism, communism, let's go here, right? There's a reason I'm putting them on the blue line. So these red flag laws are clearly unconstitutional. There's no debate about it. And the fact that they passed these laws and they're being enforced by police, these police have committed treason. They're traitors. Anybody with reasonable intelligence would know that red flag laws are unconstitutional. So they have willingly and openly declared war on the Constitution, on our freedom, and us, the people. Now, we established the government. The government exists because we, the people, allow it to exist. We put it there to protect our rights. Now, they're stomping on our rights openly. Red flag laws, I mean, can you at least conceal it? Red flag, the symbol of communists, socialists, including in days of Karl Marx, in the U.S., red flag was used. Say like, oh, well, red flag is a warning. Yeah, when you're walking down the street and somebody's coming your way and they look all flustered and they're like, be careful, red flag's around the corner. Yeah, that's a red flag warning. Why? Because the socialists or communists are down there protesting, rioting, saying, stay away from there. So they have chosen their side. And it's not the side of the people. In fact, this blue line is what stands between our freedom. Now look on the side. God, I put God on this side on purpose. Because God established those rights for us. For the people. They exist to all people. So when we have the balls to stand up and take our rights back, this blue line, this thin blue line that stands between us and our rights, doesn't have a chance. Politicians aren't our leaders. They are supposed to represent us. They're there at our will. We allow it to happen. And as soon they have walked away from the will of the people. They have walked away from being servants to trying to be tyrants, leaders. They're not leaders. They got to go. The fact of the matter is, at some point, we're going to have to stand up to this blue line. That man, when those cops came to his door, had every right to gun those officers down because they were violating his God-given rights. Think about this. If you have red flag laws in your area, and don't pretend like you're going to be protected by a Second Amendment safe zone set up by law enforcement. Because the minute they don't like you or you say something they don't agree with, they're going to use these laws against you because they're tools to them. They don't care about your rights at all. That's why they stomp on them all the time. And every felon out there knows this, and that's why we're the first one to use our gun rights, because we've been put through the meat grinder of the legal system. So this is what I see whenever I see this flag. It's a gang symbol. You ever see officers, like, you're dealing with one, and usually they're cordial, they're nice sometimes, a lot of the times. But the more officers get there, the more antagonistic they get, the more violent they get, more vile they get. Mob mentality. They're human beings. There's nothing special about them. They're just human beings. Period. So every time I see one of these flags, this is what I see. I see that blue line. I see communists, socialists, traitors, open, standing between us and our God-given rights. Till next time, thank you.